When we have an uneasy feeling, either stress, overwhelm, anxiety, our bodies can't build our immune system. It can't digest properly. And most importantly, we can be eating all of the organic food, all the kale. But if our bodies are not absorbing those nutrients, it's really not working for us. So having that stress level reduced, that nervous system, like nourishing our nervous system, it's so important in order for the rest of the things that we're doing to work.
Welcome to the Biohacked Method. I am Lindsay Burwell, and every week I break down the science, cut the fluff, and hand high-performing women the real tools like peptides, transdermal patches, quantum energy, and root cause biohacking to actually feel like themselves again. Let's get into it. Welcome back to the Biohacked Method podcast. I'm your host, Lindsay Burwell, integrated health practitioner, and I am so excited today because I have a dear friend of mine, Clarita, who has actually her own company, Claridad, an amazing non-toxic skincare line. But more than that, she has a incredibly inspiring transformational story. She actually came into my life at the most divine time, and she's blessed me in so many ways. We got to experience some of the most incredible trips together, and the conversations are always so deep about health, about mindset, about energy work. And so I wanted to just kind of have a moment with her today to share her story and go into why detoxing your mind, not just detoxing your body, is absolutely essential in today's world, and also why more is not more. So Clarita, thank you so much for being here. You're truly the best.
Oh my God. Thank you so much for inviting me. I can't wait for this conversation.
Oh my gosh. Okay. You really have had a crazy story. Like, you were diagnosed with breast cancer. So tell us what happened.
Yes. In 2017, I was working at my corporate job and I canceled that breast exam, a mammogram, like 5 times. And came the end of December and our job had the mobile mammogram. And I was just like, well, I have canceled it 5 times. Maybe I can do it during my lunch hour. Went and got it. And then they left me like maybe 3 to 4 voice memos that I needed to get in touch with them. It was during the holidays. And I was just like, oh, it's probably insurance or something, maybe they have a quick question. Then I got a letter at the beginning of the year in January, and the letter stated that it was abnormal, that I needed to contact them immediately. Then when I reached out to them, that's how my journey began. I went and got an ultrasound, came back up normal. Then I went and got a biopsy, came back up normal. And then I got a second biopsy just to make sure, that the first one was correct. And this is a story that I don't typically share, but I knew there was something wrong at that time. I went to my regular doctor and it was a Friday afternoon. They circle the word cancer, which is carcinoma. And then they said, you can Google it. We're going to refer you to an oncologist, that's one of the things that you often hear, don't Google. Yeah. And I was so desperate at that time. I didn't understand what was going on. When I saw that word that she highlighted, I was just like, okay, I think that's cancer. And this is before me, having any type of nutrition background. And the whole weekend was just devastating. Then that following week, a week went by. It was a Friday afternoon, went to my oncologist, and that's when he disclosed, when he diagnosed and said, Clarita, you have breast cancer, and you are early enough that we can do something about it. And I think I can open Monday. I can cancel my appointments. We can go into surgery. And my first response, I felt like the world was just like pausing at that moment. It's like a pause. And he said, is that okay? And I said, I'm going to have to go back to work and I'm in the middle of training. I'll get back to you in 6 months. That was my first response.
I'll get back to you in 6 months.
And he said, Clarita, I don't think you are understanding what's going on. Let me repeat myself all over again. And he did. And he said, you need to do something about it now while you have some options. And then I still pushed back and I said, let me think about it. I'll get back to you in a week. And he said, no. So make the story short, I ended up accepting going into surgery that Monday, which is just a few days after that. And I just walk out of that meeting so devastating. Got in my car. The doctor came running to my car and he said, Clarita, here's my cell phone number. If you have any questions during the weekend, you can reach out to me. And he said, I don't usually do that, but you're one of those people that there's two reactions, he said, when a diagnosis like this is share. It's either they're very emotional, which is so understandable, or like your reaction. There's no reaction. There's no emotion.
You just go into shock.
Yes.
Because you're like, this cannot be real. This cannot be for me. And at the time in your life, like, were you aware of, the world and toxins and detoxing, or like the foods you were eating, or were you just kind of like going through the motions, eating standard American diet, just kind of doing your thing?
Exactly that.
Yeah.
Yes.
So this probably shifted so much for you. It's like an awakening to go, I can't just live on autopilot. I am going to have to take matters into my own hands and really learn about the body and how to heal the body, and what am I exposed to? What am I intaking? So share a little bit about what that transformation was like.
So after my diagnosis, surgery came and gone, and I was sitting in this victim mode for almost a year. I was such in shock. I just couldn't believe that happened to me. And one day I decided to go for a run. And that run was so emotional. I was crying, like that cry when your jaw hurts. And I was just like, I can't be in this position any longer. Not one more minute, not more 1 second. And I decided to go back to school, study nutrition. And that's how my journey began in the wellness journey. Went back to school, study nutrition, also study wellness holistic, along with other certifications. And that's when my eyes were opening. I was just like, wow, nutrition is so important, but it's not just nutrition. It's also what we put on our bodies. It's also what the internal communication in our minds.
Yes. It's so important, because it is why it's so critical to care about what we're putting on our body, is because our skin is the largest organ of our body, right?
Exactly.
And everything that is touching our skin is going into our bloodstream. And so you think of like the laundry detergent you're using, right? Does it have chemicals in it? Because then you're wearing those clothes that have been washed by that laundry detergent, and then you're sleeping in your bed with the sheets that have been washed by that laundry detergent. And what I loved is you even transmuted that pain into purpose to create Claridad, which is the non-toxic skincare line. So many women I know are still using products that have who knows what in it. And the goal, I always say, is not to like live in a place of fear and have to avoid everything, because you really can't, right? But to be aware and make empowered decisions, and to reduce the exposure. So where you can replace, like a body oil, or replace a face wash, or replace a lotion, those micro exposures that you're eliminating is giving you more resiliency in your body to be able to, basically adapt to these exposures and support your liver. And so that's what I love, that you created that line.
And just a reminder, yes, it's not about perfection. It's about reduction. I watched a documentary at the beginning of my journey. It's called Black Waters. And I went back, I was looking at my house and I was like, oh my God, the carpet is toxic.
Yeah.
Oh my God, this is toxic.
Yeah.
And I was like reading all of the labels, not just on nutrition, but also on my products. And an incredible friend of mine, Dr. Vivian, shared with me, Clarita, just remember that also in an easy feeling like anxiety, overwhelm, stress, that's also a toxin itself.
It is so huge. I know we've talked about that and I've gone through this too. I went through a season where it was like everything was toxic. The water, the air, like there was no perfect product. And it really creates like scarcity and contraction in the body, which how do you expect your body to be in alignment and experience vitality when it's in a state of fear? Because our brain doesn't know the difference of fear, whether we're being chased by a lion, which is primitively why we would have fear, fume our body, or if we're just scared because our lotion has toxins in it, right? Like our brain doesn't know the difference. It just knows I feel fear, I see fear, therefore there's a threat. And so I love that she shared that with you, because that's also been for me like something that I had to kind of work through, not seeking that perfection.
And the thing is that when we have an uneasy feeling, either stress, overwhelm, anxiety, our bodies can't build our immune system. It can't digest properly. And most importantly, we can be eating all of the organic food, all the kale. But if our bodies are not absorbing those nutrients, it's really not working for us. So having that stress level reduce, that nervous system, like nourishing our nervous system, it's so important in order for the rest of the things that we're doing to work.
Oh my gosh, I love that. And so tell me, what have you done in terms of detoxing? Like not just detoxing your body, but really detoxing your mind and maybe your thoughts and your beliefs to get, and your nervous system, which is really part of that, to get in alignment to support you in your healing journey.
That was the hardest part.
Yeah.
I feel like the food and going into non-toxic clean beauty was kind of like, oh, there is an tangible thing, a tangible product, and you're seeing the difference. But one of the things that was happening to me, so I was on this protocol through my oncologist. Every 3 months, I was going to the doctor and doing all these exams. And every time I would go, there was this sense of anxiety just going through my whole entire body. I was getting acne, my hair was falling out of control. And that's when I really realized that, yes, I could be eating and doing all the right things, but if I'm not in peace with myself, then really there's nothing that you can do. And that was one of the things that I had to really work really hard on quieting my mind. And it might sound like so simple, but think about it. We always have something on our ears. Either we're listening to a podcast or listening to a meditation, we're always listening to something or to somebody else. And we're never like really creating that space to quiet the mind, to ask ourselves, what do we need?
Yeah. It's so huge. I've been talking about that on Instagram, right? Like I've been going on these like non-stimulating walks, because I started noticing I'm going on these walks. I'm in my car and I'm constantly listening to so many things, books, audio, audiobooks, podcasts. I'm listening to music. I'm talking on the phone to other people. And it's great to get input, like going to a doctor, like you're getting their advice, you're getting their input, but making sure you're carving out space to come home to your intuition. I always say like we have this inner wisdom inside of us, but you first have to get quiet enough to hear what it has to say. And usually for me, like it's like in the form of something that feels light and life-giving and exciting versus something that feels heavy and unclear and like contracting. And so I love that you shared that, because it's so powerful to like slow down, quiet the noise, and come home to yourself to really figure out what your body needs.
And if you think about it, people share all the time, oh my God, when I'm taking a shower, that's when I get the most ideas.
Yeah.
Or when they're washing dishes or something like that. And it's because we're quieting the noise.
Yeah.
And we're really tapping into that inner knowing.
Yeah, I love that. That's so powerful. What would you say has been like the biggest mindset shift you've had? And like, what are some tools you use to tap into like getting your mind in alignment and nervous system in alignment?
Oh my God, so many things. But I would say, since we're on the topic of less is more, just simple things like going for a walk with no phone.
Yeah.
And I know it could be hard, but just like really connecting it to nature. Even here in the desert, you can connect with nature. Just listening to the birds, listening to the wind, looking at other people, looking at the pets, just connecting with your world around you. That has been so incredible. Of course, we love biohacking. So something like PMF, Mad, it's incredible. Highly recommend if you're looking for a tool, a resource. Those are amazing. But just simplifying, just going for a walk, that's just so powerful.
Yeah.
So powerful.
So good. I know. And I know you love your red light too.
Oh my God.
Red
yes.
light is always like very regulating for me too. And so on the topic of more is not more and sometimes less is more, what are some things you've done to kind of like clean out not just the information and the input, but maybe your lifestyle and tools that you're using to support your body in that?
That is another thing that I work a lot because I feel like we have access to so many incredible things. In today's world, science has been amazing. I feel like we have so many incredible tools that we can tap in, but it's always coming back to foundation, like what are the things that you're doing in and out every single day that are giving you dividends in the future. Like right now, I'm working for that Clarita that is in my 60s or 70s or even 80s. So what can I do today that is going to give me like the best investment in the future? And yes, I do use a lot of biohacking tools, but to be honest, the things that are really helping me have this health or wellness goal is simple: drinking my water, moving my body in the way that I feel that it's amazing to me. And then eating healthy food that I enjoy, food that I always pick food in the way of like, how does it make me feel? Does it make me feel energized? Do I am excited to eat that food? Does it make me feel, that it's supporting the rest of my rituals, the rest of my routines, my goals? And then sleeping.
Sleeping is huge. That's where we repair. Oh my gosh.
I feel that a lot of people talk about the morning rituals or the morning routines. I focus more on my night routines because that's what it allows my day to go.
Yeah.
And then like really tapping into my nervous system. Like one thing can I do every single day to nourish my nervous system, to really calm down? For me is walking in my PMF with the red light. Like that is my recipe.
I love that. When you were going through like your healing journey post-cancer, I know sometimes there's a lot of recommendations on like what supplements to take and not take. Did you feel like you ever got to a place where you were just taking so many vitamins and so much just to kind of like get everything in your body?
I was taking like 70 plus supplements.
Oh my gosh, 70 supplements.
Yes, it was like a whole thing.
I have been there too. I remember I've taken literally pictures on my Instagram, like, check me out in my handful of pills.
Yes, and so proud of it.
You're like, look I'm at so me. Healthy. Yeah, yeah.
And I think it was around 70. And that came from a place of a scarcity.
Yes. Fear.
From a place of fear. I don't want to hear that word cancer again. So I'm going to do all the things.
Yeah.
And it's going to go away. It's never going to come back. But it's not like that. It's about focusing on the things that are really going to work from the inside out. And yes, supplements are important. I do take them, but it's not 70.
Yeah, that's great.
It's only a handful now. And in combination with other incredible resources like peptides, and it just looks so much different. and it's less is more. And of course, the patches as well. Yeah, I love your patches.
Okay, which one's your favorite?
The detox.
The detox, yes.
And immunity. I think those are my favorite ones.
Those are so good. I love the metabolism one right now. Like in the morning, it just like dials me in. It's so good. I think that anyone too really detoxing is essential for everyone in today's world, just from the hyper exposure and going back to like supporting your body and less is more. Sometimes when you're taking a million vitamins, it is like hard on the liver because your liver is having to break down each of those supplements. And so that's why the patch method was created, was to be that transdermal delivery option to bypass the gut and liver, to take the heat off your liver from having to break it down and to get those nutrients right into the bloodstream. And so, yeah, the detox patch was like literally one of the first ones, because for me as well as you, like detoxing is so important too.
Yes. And it's not about the green juice, that is detox or doing it once in a while. We have to support our liver every single day, because every single day is being used, and it's being impacted. And a lot of people think, oh my God, detox once in a while at the beginning of the year. And it's not with how the world is today. We have 5 incredible organs that help us detoxify every single day. We just need to support it and nurture it.
Yeah, I love that. Okay, tell us what you're up to with Claridad, because you launched this originally for the non-toxic skincare line, probably just looking for a solution for you while you were treating your body from cancer. What are you up to now with Claridad?
I'm so excited. We are in a redefining Claridad, redefining our products. I feel like on a personal brand, being a wellness practitioner, I got a lot of messages asking, oh my God, what are the best products? What are the cleaner products? And it's amazing. I still use a lot of brands, and I still, recommend a lot of brands as well. And just one night I was like, oh my God, I could be creating all of these incredible products, and I could not just be educating them, but also giving them a solution through Claridad. So we're so excited. We have our magnesium spray.
Yes, I love that spray.
Yes, our body oil, and then which is we put a lot of incredible ingredients for anti-aging, because come on, I'm in my 50s. Yeah. I want to stay young and good with my skin. And then we have our body butter, and we have our non-toxic candle as well. I love
that, which is so gorgeous, by the way.
Thank you so much. I wanted something that it was recyclable, that it was glass container, that people can use it way beyond, when the candle came to an end. And we're coming with a lot of incredible products. So stay tuned. I'm so excited. We're tapping into skincare as well.
Yay. So, I love that. Okay. Well, for people who are listening, where could they find you to learn more about the work you do, but not just that, stay in touch with some of these fun launches that you're working on?
Yes. If you are wanting education around wellness, just go to my personal Instagram, which is Clarita Escalante. And if you want to tap into our amazing non-toxic products, clean beauty that is going to support every single ritual of yours, go to Claridad Shop, and claridadshop.com. And you can also find us on Instagram at Claridad Shop as well.
Yay. Oh my gosh, friend. Thanks so much for being here.
Thank you so much.
You're the best. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Biohacked Method podcast. If you love episodes like this and you want to get the reminders every week when we drop new conversations about health, biohacking, mindset, alignment, I want you to make sure to click subscribe, and we'll see you at the next episode. That's it for today's episode of the Biohacked Method. If this lit something up in you, share it, tag me at Lindsay Burwell Wellness, and drop a review. It genuinely helps this show reach more women who really need it. I'll see you next time.